Apple Card is the credit card created by Apple. You earn 3% daily cash back up front when you use it to buy a new iPhone 15, AirPods, or any products at Apple. And you can automatically grow your daily cash at 4.15% annual percentage yield when you open a high-yield savings account. Apply for Apple Card in the Wallet app on iPhone. Apple Card subject to credit approval. Savings is available to Apple Card owners subject to eligibility. Savings accounts by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, member FDIC. Terms apply.
This episode is brought to you by Columbia Sportswear. It's snowing again, and that wind chill is killer. But you're not worried about that because you shop the Omni Heat Infinity Collection. It's warmth perfected with tiny gold dots that reflect your body heat inside and protect you from the cold outside. No snow or chilly temps can stop you now. Go out anyway. Shop the Omni Heat Infinity Collection now at Columbia.com/infinity.
In sports, the scoreboard doesn't tell the full story, but Netflix does. Stories about dads who happen to be world-class quarterbacks and a battle for the heart, soul, and direction of the multi-billion-dollar business of F1. Whether you're a diehard fan or you're brand new, Netflix has the stories for every type of fan. You can watch these incredible sports stories like Quarterback, F1 Drive to Survive, Untold, and many more now on Netflix.
The following is a snippet of an exclusive members-only podcast episode for our Patreon, Chronicles Tifosi. Become a member at patreon.com/Serie A Chronicles for regular bonus episodes and content.
That's true. I mean, but this is the true test is next weekend because they have Milan. And Milan are...
Yes.
Truly an exceptional side because, you know, we speak so much about absences and yet they can lose 2 players within a game and still produce the magic and drama that they need to secure 3 points to make sure that they forget.
What a ridiculous ending.
What a ridiculous ending.
Drama, sorry. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And I just think, God, how can people not think Pioli's like just... I mean, there was even a moment when I was watching Juventus that I could have sworn there was Pioli on Fire being sung around the stadium, right? Or was that just my or is it now just something that's like the theme tune to my life? But what was that performance?
Palla in mezzo, Saltarade. Gol! Ballo Touré! Ballo! Ballo! Ballo, ballo, ballo senza respiro. Ballo, ballo, ballo che si gode tutti insieme. Ante, grande ante, ecco per Rafael Leão. Vai Rafa, vai Rafa, vai Rafa, vai Rafa, vai Rafa. Gol! Gol! Rafa Leão! Raffaellino meravigliao! Leão meravigliao! 3-1! 3-1! Questo è il Milan che non molla mai. Serata collosa, infortuni, difficoltà, insidie, problemi.
Do you think they can beat Chelsea?
Oh yeah,
they can, right?
Definitely. I mean, Chelsea's their own sort of story. Obviously, they got a nice result at the weekend, and Aubameyang's finding his spot there. But this is not the first time people are going to hear me going on about him. It won't be the last either. But the difference right now with this Milan team, the reason that I think they can be more than just good, Pioli's the manager, he's the one who's brought the whole project together, but it's Leão. It's Leão. The sort of outrageous back heel to unlock things for the first goal at that point in the game where you're going, oh, this is drifting a bit. They're running out of time. And then ending the game with that grin from ear to ear on his face before he's even put the ball in the net because he knows what he's about to do. He's like, I know what's coming. You don't know yet, but I know what's coming. I love him. I love watching him play football. He's audacious. He's backs himself. He's got such that sort of the best kind of arrogance about him. He's wonderful. And he is, the team is really good. And they're really good because the manager is really good and has brought them together to be really good. But to take that next step, you need a little sprinkling of world class, and Leão is world class. I think he's been getting there for a little while and now he's there. And I think that's why I think they can beat anyone in the Champions League if they play their best game and if he shows up and does that little bit that you need to get across the line.
Can you just imagine Leão, Haaland and Mbappe on the right, sorry. Is that just the world's greatest front line?
That'd be fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a performance. I mean, you know, It was spectacular. You're right. It takes your breath away. When he's on fire, when he wants to show you what he can do, I find it just absolutely stunning to watch. You know what I love so much is how Italian Tonali is. And by Italian, I mean the way that he does things. And at a young age, he's so clever, Tonali. He's so dedicated to the win that anything goes, you know? And this is on top of what is beautiful play by him almost all the time. But yeah, what I guess I wanted to know is I actually thought Empoli were good. And to me, Empoli started the season and I thought they were the worst club in Serie. I really genuinely did. I was like, this is just terrible. I don't see anything there. I can't see how they're going to score the goals because, you know, is it going to be Lammers? Who's it going to be, right? And they lost Aslani, they lost Samuele Ricci last year. And I just feel like after that, they became sort of the side that just doesn't make sense to me. But I thought it was really interesting how they changed their midfielders. Like you started off with Piazza and Grassi and Henderson. And then it was Barami, Banandelli and Marin came on. And I just thought all of a sudden they became so much better at playing football. And why wouldn't you start with that midfield? And I think maybe it is because it doesn't help the defense as much. So I feel like there are solutions there to making it all very balanced. And I feel like they're getting closer to figuring it out. But I would love Barami at my team. I just think he's their Leão, as Gazzetta wrote. But there were so many moments of little beauty here and there in that match that, yeah, I just would love to see De Ketelaere just rise up to the challenge because I think that he will also be somebody that's going to be as exciting as Leão eventually.
Yeah, definitely. And Barami for sure is one of the players to keep an eye on in Serie A. He's still only 23. He had a really nice season last season. I think he'll determine a few more games yet.
So no Calabria, no Salamakas. You think they can win midweek and end of the week against Juventus?
I think they can. That doesn't mean they will. I think they can. I have a lot of confidence in Milan to go and give a good account of themselves against Chelsea. Whether or not they'll win the game, things can happen in 90 minutes of football. And like I said, Chelsea have their own narratives going on. But I don't think you're going to see a bad performance from Milan. I think you're going to see a good Milan team go and give a good account of itself. And they're in a position to really take control of that group if they can get a good result. Chelsea have started the group badly, so we'll see.
Become a member at patreon.com/Serie A Chronicles for regular bonus episodes and content.
Sports Social Podcast Network.
Seeing is believing, and you're not going to believe how bright and vivid the colors are on the Samsung Neo QLED and OLED TVs powered by the Neural Quantum Processor, because this is an audio ad. Unless you can see it, which means you already have one. Nice. Samsung, more wow than ever.